Hello there. Welcome to the Harley Carnes podcast, Harley on the headlines. Now, it's a quick look at some of the stories of the day, a bit of a personal touch. In other words, sometimes you may get a little comment from me on the story. Sometimes it's just straight up reporting. I think you can tell the difference. As always, I appreciate your support. Like, follow, subscribe, share the link with someone, and I do really appreciate it when you do. President Trump clearly plans to accomplish more on his trip to China than just get some support, bringing Iran to heel. He is taking a bunch of business leaders with him to China, 16 senior executives, including some of the biggest names around. Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Larry Fink, Kelly Ortberg, the heads of Blackstone, Citigroup, GE Aerospace, Illumina, Coherent, Micron, Meta, Goldman Sachs, Visa, MasterCard, and Qualcomm. That's the list. Probably never been a group that powerful, that encompassing in the American economy, all on a trip together anywhere, especially to China with the president, any president. What will come of it? With that much brain power and imagination and leadership and vision in one room, there's no telling. The rest of the world must look on and marvel. There will be trillions of dollars in power, prestige, and possibility represented in those meeting rooms in Beijing. Today is the 12th. In 2 weeks, President Trump goes in for his annual medical checkup. He still keeps a schedule that most executives simply cannot match. AOC, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is often described as being pretty hot but dumb as dirt, which might be unfair. She did get elected to Congress, so, anyway, there's talk of her running for president, though she says she's not setting that kind of goal. She just wants to change the country. She wants America to become communist, and makes no bones about that. She is avoiding national news interviews like Joe Biden did, evidently depending on support from the media to carry her deeply into the next big election season. She has said so many intellectually challenged things. Said billionaires can't earn their money. Called immigration and customs facilities concentration camps. Tone deaf on the Holocaust, apparently, and she supports Hamas and Hezbollah and Palestinians over Israelis. The list of outlandish, often puzzling diatribes is very long indeed. She's been called a radical, left-wing, woke Marxist. It's pretty apt. As a political leader, she is a great barista. But here's the deal. She will be attractive to a lot of young voters with minimal life experience and critical thinking skills poorly developed in the propaganda mills of American education. That seems to be the core of her support, but don't discount them. Young people have lots of energy and rarely meet a TikTok fad they don't like until the next one. For AOC, it's really all about timing. She bears watching, if for no other reason than comic relief. Iran continues to try to get around, and to some extent does, slide around the sanctions and the blockade. They may not be getting ships out, but they do manage to sell some oil on a kind of black market network that is run by Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. That network is now being hit by new sanctions from Washington. Dozens of people, companies, and organizations are going on the Trump administration's international trade blacklist. Any country that does business with them also gets sanctioned. That's the teeth of the matter. Rex Reed is dead. He was good with his poison pen, wrote what are kindly called acerbic reviews of movies, dripping with sarcasm, often humor, and just as frequently acid. He hurt a lot of feelings, damaged a lot of careers, and helped some people up onto pedestals with his fawning looks at those he liked. He lived in the past. He said, I am a fan of what was, not what is. The old broads are the ones who interest me the most. The New York Times recalled one well-crafted evaluation of Betty Davis back in 1968. He wrote, "Froggy eyes, lipstick slashed or glowing like a Tiffany lamp, she is exciting enough, even when photographed through gauze, to make the latest youth idols about as interesting as a withered logarithm." It didn't have to actually mean anything. What's a withered logarithm? But they are words with a sharpened edge. He described Bette Midler as a zaftig waif, Warren Beatty as just plain insufferable, and Peter Lawford, a low IQ jester. On the other hand, they all worked for a living. He spent his time trying to figure out how to tear them down and made enemies, and millions from a long list of publications doing it. Rex Reed was 87. Politically liberal British Prime Minister Keir Starmer may not last the week in his job, or maybe not the next month or so. His Labour Party has taken a real thumping in the elections, and at best, if he survives, it'll be with some kind of coalition government. He's sort of Britain's Joe Biden when it comes to immigration. He's done a lousy job on it. Illegal immigration has become a very big problem. And after the elections, his party lost more than 1,100 council seats across England, lost control of several long-held local authorities, and was tossed out of power in Wales after ruling there for 27 years. Whether Starmer stays at the moment is up to his party, and they're not happy with him right now. Pretty much no one in the country is in love with the guy anymore. He's getting pressure, not to step down this week, but to set a schedule for it. And finally, this had to be the loudest pool party in quite a while in Miami over the weekend. It was the Chewy Summer Social, a pool party for dogs, sponsored by the pet food company or pet supply company, and watched by Guinness. 277 dogs in little doggy pools, kiddie pools, all at the same time, is believed to have set a record for fun and owners getting wet at the same time too, though there is no category for that exactly. Pretty smart promotion by Chewy, though, which also included games for the pooches, music for the people, lots of treats, and activities. Thank you for joining us today. Sure hope you'll come back. Bring some folks with you. Like, follow, subscribe. If there is an episode that moves you to try to help out, just post the link anywhere, everywhere. I like to acknowledge that when you do tune in, you're giving me some of your time, and time is precious. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you twice. I'm Harley Carnes, and until next time, please do yourself a big favor. Make some good, conscious choices in your life today. Make a decision to be happy and fly safe. It's the only way to get there.